So, top of the morning, everyone. I'm gonna start a segment called Desert Daze. And this is gonna be a day in the life of a wildlife biologist out here in the desert. And honestly, it varies quite a bit. There's so much life here, and the spring season is approaching, so it's gonna be hot weather, beautiful plants and flowers, and everything's gonna come out. So just take you on that journey of what would it be like to work in the desert. So today we are in the Mojave, and it has a variety of different landscapes. The Mojave is a xeric desert, meaning that it has proper winters and proper summers. So for instance, right now it's considered winter. Some mornings get as low as 28 degrees Fahrenheit, and then we get random highs, sometimes like 83 throughout the day, but typically around like 54 to like 60 degrees. Even back in winter months like November, December, January, had like 43-degree days, strong winds. Hell, it was hailing not too long ago out here. But beautiful landscape overall, and it's pretty cool. I mean, as my job, I can hike upwards to 10 miles in a day. I'm currently doing a 2-mile walk out to one of my animals I'm gonna be tracking today. So, you know, it all depends, but it's super fun. Get your steps in. Like I said, beautiful landscape. Got Mount Baldy in the back. So super dope, but you know, I like it, especially because of how different it is than other places that I've been. I worked almost in every biome, so your forest, your ocean, rainforest, doing the desert, and now next I gotta do like the Arctic tundra, so that'll be exciting. But it's super different just because it surprises you. Like, everyone thinks of a desert as like, oh, it's just so empty and barren and just hot. But no, like, it can be cold, and there's tons of life, there's tons of plant life. You'll think, how do they survive when there's no water? Well, these plants and animals are highly adapted and very resilient to drought and high heat. So they have different root structures, different ways of obtaining water, and have the resiliency to take in all of that harsh light that the desert sun brings, especially getting upwards to 120 degrees in the summer. Usually plants that just, you know, fall to pieces and get real brittle, but they're so hardy and tough. And also for the animals. Like, for instance, keystone species here is the Mojave Desert tortoise, and they have the ability to go upwards to a year without water. And speaking of which, here is a burrow that doesn't necessarily belong to a desert tortoise, but they could occupy. This looks more like a mammal has dug it out. And we know that just because of the tunnel waves that's in it as well, and the narrowness. Usually tortoises are a bit more wider. I'm gonna try to set us up here so we can get some light and see what's really down there, if we can see anything. So as you can see, it branches off a bit and tunnels that way, also tunnels this way. So most likely a mammal. Don't see any tracks or prints, so it's probably an older one. But there's tons of burrows like that out here. And that's another way that animals take refuge to beat the heat. They build microclimates, microhabitats underneath. So they call it microhabitats, or little microclimates in the ground. What else for you? Oh, so if we were to think of like our reptiles, we have desert sidewinders, rattlesnakes, patch nose, king snakes. Then we have different lizard species like chuckwalla, desert iguana, leopard lizards, side blotch lizards. And you can occasionally see in certain regions, certain parts, more southern, it's the Gila monster, which is a venomous species of lizard. And of course we have our keystone species, being our Mojave Desert tortoise. And then with mammals, you can see coyotes, bobcats, even mountain lions sometimes, kangaroo rats, Mojave antelope, squirrels. Yeah, squirrels. They live on the ground. They have mounds like this, where you can take refuge. And you see these little pockets. Take those as well. And it used to be water through here years ago. That's why you can see this desert wash. It's where water came through. There's tons of animals that love these washes. Tons of plants. This ephedra here. Lovely. But like I said, super different working from like with sharks and whatnot. But what I've come to find is that there are a lot of similarities across science when working different protocols and research that we'll do. And when I used to work with snakes up in Northern California, in like wetlands, it was funny because we used to do different workups or like physicals that we used to give the animals, measuring them, taking blood, stuff like that. That was super similar to sharks. It was just at a smaller scale. And even with working with the desert animals, we tend to find those same similarities across science. So it's just been a blessing to be able to bounce around to different ecosystems and really have that science translate over. Another thing about the desert, dropping hella fun facts. I mean, the history up here. No, I can't leak out information. I can't leak exactly where I'm at. But, let's see. Joshua trees. Like this one. So this is probably like 40 years old. Just this size. Joshua trees, a type of yucca plant. Native here, super sharp. Boop, boop. But beautiful. And the older they get, they start growing arms. Like that one yonder, which I can bring you up towards. And there you can find bobcats, even great horned owls, taking refuge in the Joshua trees. And they're also a protected tree as well. Then you have your creosote bushes, which are vital to supporting life and acting like a nursery and ecosystem because of their deep roots. It promotes burrowing from our burrowing species, like burrowing owls, tortoises, etc. All right, got a mile left. Quick little detour to show you this Josh tree. like I said, when they get arms like this, I think they don't really get their first arm till like 80 years old. Oh, and another thing I like about the desert is all the rocks. All these rocks are so cool. You see quartz, you see basalt, you see igneous, sedimentary rocks, even metamorphic. So it's got some granite up in the hills. And historically, you know, it was out here for mines as well. You get mineral mines out here. Sometimes even gold if you're lucky enough. But yeah, this is a josh tree with hella arms. As you can see, it provides a nice amount of shade. That's why animals would love to burrow underneath, near, and around. All these are burrowing. You got some activity here. And you can see these tracks with like a tail drag of some sort, possibly kangaroo rat. And a fun fact about kangaroo rats is that they create a system, like little mini highways that they can remember on how to get back to their burrows. Which I think is pretty cool. Because hell, even I have to sometimes use the GPS to get back. So here we have a Mojave Desert tortoise. And it is out and about. And it is on the move. You know, just another day, another dollar. Sitting here chilling with the homie. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling. Man, sounds beautiful today.